It's time for the nightcap here in Indianapolis. Second round from the East region, the 15 seed St. Peter's taking on the number 7 seed Murray State. Both teams needed overtime to advance to the second round. Murray State defeating San Francisco, and St. Peter's pulling off a stunner against the 2 seed Kentucky. They were partying in Jersey City at the McMahon Student Center, and it was a reality for St. Peter's fans. First ever NCAA tournament win. Hi everybody, Ian Eagle, Jim Spinarkle, Jamie Erdahl. It's mid-major madness here in Indianapolis with these two programs. One of them will advance to the Sweet 16, first time for either school. Let's start with St. Peter's. I'm not sure how many people could have possibly predicted this, but I can tell you Shaheen Holloway believed his team could get it done, and they did against Kentucky.
And all the other people at St. Peter's probably predicted this too. You know, they were there, but you're right about Banks and Eddard in terms of their backcourt play. They scored more than half their team's total. Banks was terrific for shooting the basketball with 27 points. Eddard was nice with the little floater coming through the lane, gets a friendly road, and a big-time 3 that he hit. And by the way, he put down all 8 of his free throws.
Meanwhile, Murray State has the longest active winning streak in college basketball, 21 in a row, and they received a lot of juice from Justice Hill in the first round.
They sure did. I mean, he runs the traffic. He's terrific at setting his teammates up and really will challenge. But then all of a sudden, cramps started to bother him. You see them taking him off the floor. They're tending to him afterwards. Very difficult to respond under those conditions, but he came back on the floor and made some terrific plays for the Murray State win.
Matt McMahon, he has guided this team to the best record in the nation. They are 31-2. They went 18-0 in the Ohio Valley Conference. Let's take a look at the starting lineups presented by Wendy's. St. Peter's, they've got a lot of trust in the guards. Casey Nadefo got into foul trouble 2 minutes into the game. They played well without him. Then he gave them a lift when necessary defensively late in that game. And Murray State, it took overtime to advance. Shaheen Holloway, in his 4th year as the head coach at St. Peter's, he was a March Madness hero at his alma mater, Seton Hall, 22 years ago in Buffalo, with a last-second game winner against Oregon. Roger Ayers, Ray Natilli, Jeb Hartness, our officiating crew. It's the first ever meeting between these two schools. The winner advances to Philadelphia. We're underway. Ball ricochets over to St. Peter's. Peacocks control it.
Yeah, I would expect the Peacocks to come out just like they are right now, getting everybody involved, touching space on the floor, look for some opportunities to drive it. Watch that pass.
Nearly intercepted. Drame back out for Lee. They shot 51% in the first round. Lee's jumper rims off. Rebounded by Trey Hannibal, who steps in for the injured Carter Collins. He turned his ankle badly first 2 minutes of the first round.
And watch for Hannibal. He drove to the basket relentlessly in the first time he touched the basketball a few times.
Brown didn't shoot it well the other night, and he stripped to the ball. Nadefo. Hannibal catches up to him and takes it away.
Yeah, he thought he had that one going all by himself just then. Some speed from behind for Murray State.
Catch and shoot. Williams misses on a 3-ball. Rebound knocked upstairs. And it's Banks, who had the hot hand in the first round victory, securing it.
And one of the things St. Peter's is going to have to do, just like we saw then, 4 guys on the defensive glass helping one another.
85-79 overtime victory against the 2 seed Kentucky.
They keep this action moving pretty good. They will look for some backdoor cuts.
Banks, discard. It doesn't go. Would have had a highlight against Tevin Brown.
Here we go with the drives.
Hannibal, aggressive, floater, offensive foul. Roger Ayers makes the call. Turnover, Murray State.
In the San Francisco game, Hannibal was terrific going to the basket, making good judgments there. Not a very good one at all, out of control, and just ran over the St. Peter's defender.
Murray State, that first round game ended at 12:45 early Friday morning. Obviously, there was a high of winning the game, And now you got to get yourself ready
absolutely
for this big one against St. Peter's.
I thought you might be suggesting I nodded off there for a while at that night.
Did you?
Just for 5 minutes or so. Here we go.
Nadefo, nice adjustment. Casey Nadefo breaks the seal.
And after, as you mentioned, in his first 2 minutes the other night, he was in no man's land with 2 fouls, 3 turnovers. Kind of you feel sorry for a kid coming out to the NCAA tournament and getting into a funk like that. Hopefully he can play through that as he just started with a nice move.
Swing it. Tevin Brown, crafty score, get it inside. Williams holds it against Nadefo.
You don't want to be reaching if you're Nadefo. Yep.
Doesn't get the roll, but he is going to the free throw line. Williams and Nadefo just had a stare down contest after the whistle. Matthew Lee will pick up the personal.
Watch the hands. See how he's reaching a little bit? When you start to reach, your shoulders move and your feet don't catch up to it. I know we're only 2 and change into this, Ian, but the first thing that went through my mind right now, do I substitute for Nadefo? Because he picked up 2 quick fouls the other night. Just don't put him in that situation where you take him out of the first half again. Just give him a minute or 2 on the bench, possibly.
J.J. Williams, 3 straight Ohio Valley Conference first team honors and the Ohio Valley Conference Player of the Year this season. We're tied at 2. Keep an eye on Nadefo, now matched up with Burns.
Good step across just then by Williams.
Blitz on Lee, find the cutter. Rupert finishes. The Philadelphia native played well in that first round victory.
And as a guard, Lee in that situation has to be patient. You have that big guy coming at you, think, okay, he's going to smother me up defensively. Just patiently waited it out and picked it apart.
How good is St. Peter's defensively? 21 in the nation in opponent points per game, 62.3. 8th in the country defending the 3, 38%. Hill watched by Banks.
And it's those numbers that they believe that they can hang around with a team like Murray State that's pretty good offensively.
Foul is called on the pass as Hill was trying to split defenders.
So as you look at this here, the high screen, watch how he has to fend off. Take your time, and then you wait and let your guy, Rupert, get in a position where he can just catch it, turn it, and lay it in. Nice work out front by the guard, Lee.
And Rupert picks up the foul. By the open man, kick it out. Williams drives in. Nadefo! The block shot.
Well, he gets up quicker than you think when you're watching him. And he elevates in the timing on that block.
He averages 2.7 per game, the all-time leading shot blocker in St. Peter's history.
Same high action right here.
Lee gives up his dribble. Nadefo thought about it. He shoots it at 32% from three-point range. He turns it over. Hannibal fending off. Drive. Missed it on the inside. Rebound cleared by Drame.
Pretty good effort, though, defensively there in a turnover close to half court just then. They responded pretty well to get back.
Jimmy, as you know, St. Peter's has no problem making this a rock fight.
No, absolutely. And, you know, that might just be their way of getting through this game because that's the way they've played all season long.
Lee, driving lane, lost it.
They're dribbling, though. They have to be careful. These guards from Murray State are very, very good at hawking the basketball. Hill that time.
The steal for Hill. The shovel inside. Burns can't finish it. Pop to the outside and claimed by Lee. Murray State is now 0 of 5 from the field.
In no hurry to run that up just then because Lee had a couple of numbers possibly if he wanted to.
Shot clock down to 15.
We'll take the time off the clock. Here we go again. Same look.
Rupert.
That's where you go to the wing that time if they fill the middle.
Released off the screen. He's going to get a touch on the baseline with 5 to shoot. Rupert one-on-one with Williams. Rupert step back. Missed it. And a foul called on the inside. The push. Drame got over the top of Hannibal. And he'll pick up the personal. 15-14 to go. First half in Indianapolis. Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Scan the QR code right now to download. Let's bring in the third member of our crew, Jamie Erdahl.
Ian, a mustache like Doug Edwards doesn't just appear in the NCAA tournament. It takes time and commitment and support from his teammates. It started in early January. The mustache existed. He had 21 points. The mustache stayed. His teammates told him they think it makes him look tough. He's had the green light to shoot behind Shaheen Holloway since he arrived on campus. The mustache has a Twitter account by now. He said he's had to shut off his phone from the popularity. He cannot believe he's a March Madness folklore star.
Amazing what this month can do for people's lives.
Good for him.
KJ Williams gets the bucket on the inside. That look is very familiar to me. I feel like I've seen that look before.
You think, huh?
Yeah. Lee on the outside. Floated over to Banks. Line up the three, and he's got it. Put it on the board for Darryl Banks III.
Composure is going to be so important for St. Peter's. You think after that big win against Kentucky, they might come out and be a little nervous as a group. So far, they seem fairly confident in terms of executing at both ends.
Daquan Smith is in, so is Jordan Skipper Brown. Asking for it, Skipper Brown, the transfer from Eastern Illinois, gets inside for two, and showing off his strength in the process.
Good move by Murray State, though, to start this game by powering the ball against St. Peter's. Force them to play post defense as much as they can.
7-6, Peacocks in front. Banks feed the post. Rupert clears out the area, one-on-one with Williams. Rupert.
That's goaltending.
It is. It's going to count. Skipper Brown got in there. All right, where did I see that look before from Doug Eddard? Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby.
It was Jim Spanarkel. I think Doug Eddard went to the stylist and said, give me the Spanarkel.
Give me the Spanarkel.
This is what Doug Eddard has to look forward to.
They all love that. They all love that.
Eventually, he's going to look like that with the gray hair.
Except in my family when they said, get rid of that.
Smith dumps it inside. Skipper Brown. He loses it. Scooped up. Smith drives in. Contact. Rims out. Rebound. Skipper Brown.
I like the way St. Peter's didn't foul underneath just then.
Two-man game with Smith. Skipper Brown on an island with Rupert. That ball got deflected.
But that wasn't to Brown. I think that was to Hill. Almost took Brown's head off.
Shot clock winding down. Buries a three. Justice Hill. Straight away Trey.
The reason I mentioned that interior lack of fouling by St. Peter's, one of the things they've had troubles with this year is fouling a little bit too much. If they can stay out of the problems with that, they should be okay.
We are tied at 9. Nice ball movement.
Wow.
Kick out to the side. Jumper doesn't go for Nadefo, and he follows it up with an offensive rebound.
This ball is hopping. Nice tip there, though, deflection.
Brown the block on Banks. Hill looking to accelerate. Nadefo sets him up. He just waited patiently for Hill to commit, and then Nadefo is an eraser.
And when he's right, he has a little bit of space. And look, he keeps the space, but he constantly looks at the basketball to make sure he doesn't swat down on a hand, but he swats down on the ball.
Nicholas McMullen checks in for his first action. Isaiah Dasher in as well. Brown. He's really struggling with that jump shot. Never got it going in the first round. Scored in other ways.
He mixed it up going to the basket a little bit.
Stunner step, nicely done by Matthew Lee. He goes to the banker. 11-9 St. Peter's. We approach 12 minutes to go in this first half.
Seems like every move, when they're positive moves, that bench for St. Peter's just elevates.
Outside Smith. Open look, Hill off. Rebound controlled by Nadefo.
If they can continue to push the ball to the perimeter, force Murray State to get a rhythm offensively from long range, and hope that they don't hit that high percentage of shots.
Dasher, the drive, out of bounds. Touch last by St. Peter's. Murray State will have possession when we come back to Indianapolis. 2-point lead for the Peacocks. St. Peter's once again showing no fear in the big dance. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. As in best of all time, debate the goatness. Moments ago, our goat Jamie with Matt McMahon, head coach at Murray State.
Coach, St. Peter's got to the bucket against Kentucky. They're able to do it so far. How can you disrupt them a little more defensively?
I'm not as worried about the defense right now. They're doing a nice job, but down there, you're seeing why they're top in the country defending the basket. We've gone soft to the rim, not finishing plays, not executing well enough. We've held them to enough points, but we got to execute better on offense.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Jamie. Murray State is 3 of 12 to open this game, trailing St. Peter's by 2. Doug Eddard is in for the Peacocks, and a foul called out front as Smith was trying to turn the corner.
And one of the things about St. Peter's, I know they have a couple of the 6'10" guy on the floor right now, but when you look at them, other than that, they don't look like the traditional team that has a big guy in there that's going to block every shot. And then you test the waters, and the guards are in there scrapping and trying to strip the ball from your hands. And then a guy like Nadefo comes in and swats one for you.
Foul on Diame. It's all about the defense with St. Peter's. Physical style, forcing turnovers. Nice ball handling. Good setup. Brown gets it to DJ Burns for the deuce.
Yeah, and Burns just parked himself exactly where he's supposed to be. A little bit of a breakdown just then off the dribble penetration from St. Peter's perspective defensively.
Jalen Murray is in there, freshman from the Bronx. Turnover, St. Peter's. Push up the floor, Hannibal. The drive, the give up.
Oh, tipped.
Another block on the inside. Williams couldn't get a clean look, and it's going the other way on the tie-up. No, it's going to stay right here. Possession arrow to Murray State, but there is the defense on display as you discussed.
Yeah, here's that reaction. Now watch this. This looks like it's going to be a layup. The reaction beautifully done in terms of, and look at the blue shirts in the area. 4 of them in tight, 1 out by the free throw line.
And that was Diame who got there. He's the backup big. Foul called on the floor. Burns didn't want to give the ball up to Eddard. They exchanged some words. Foul on Doug Eddard, the Nutley, New Jersey native. Eddard, who won a state title at Bergen Catholic, was a star for the Crusaders, over 1,000 career points. And everybody getting to know his name and getting to know his mustache.
Oh, we love those mustaches.
Why don't you try and grow it again? Williams, left hand. It sits there and doesn't go down. A lot of activity.
Yeah,
Burns.
no place to go with it, though, right?
Burns is getting a little frustrated with the physical style of St. Peter's. But an offensive rebound and a reset here for Murray State. Hannibal, the dribble drive, and he traveled.
Yeah, and the other part of that, too, is that they're not that bulky either.
Can the world's most advanced super soldier save Earth from the Covenant? Find out in the new original series, Halo, streaming March 24th exclusively on Paramount Plus.
And when you play a style like St. Peter's, Shaheen Holloway will keep rotating guys in and out. I mean, he just has multiple guys. The depth is good, and he keeps replacing them. Oh, watch out here.
Ooh. Little reach in, and Burns can't believe it. He walks away from the official. Foul on Burns.
Actually did a pretty good job. The clock was actually working against St. Peter's, and there's that little hand check, I guess, out front.
Drame had just checked back in, and his twin brother Fusini Drame is in there as well. Eddard shot the ball well the other night, made all his free throws, literally went 8 of 8 at the line. Murray, the drive, the floater is good. Jalen Murray has got that New York City point guard comportment.
And he had 8 points the other night and gave them a very good lift.
Hannibal, swing, 2-point lead for St. Peter's. We are just past the midway point. First half, crossover by Smith. Pulls it back, misses from 3-point territory. Murray up the floor in a hurry. Shake and bake, dish, Drame. Deflected, out of bounds. St. Peter's will retain it.
So you see Murray coming through. Now he knows he's in trouble there because the ball's been tipped. He's rolling it up towards his shoulder. Doesn't have a great grip on it, I should say. But what does he do? He's smart enough to just throw it towards the basket softly, gets it to drop.
Justice Hill is back in there, the quarterback of this Murray State team, taking a lot of time.
Yep,
and he floats it up. Murray gets it in for Drame.
Good response here by Brown on the shooter.
Eddard, no space to work with, turns it over. Scooped up by Hill. Murray State on the attack, floated up. Oh! High flyer! Trey Hannibal on the rack attack.
Yeah, what a blast to the basket. And I think that pass was tipped just a little bit too. So it might have thrown off the timing, but not quite, because Hannibal took it down and really dropped it through in a hurry.
He has got ridiculous elevation. Murray misses from three-point territory, and
nice
it bounces off the foot of Burns, out of bounds. Good hustle play from Drame.
Here's a steal. You lose the basketball, and they're off to the races. No pun intended, and it goes upstairs. And what a finish. Beautiful delivery by Hill. Yeah, that ball was tipped a little bit. And that's why it went just a, see right there, just a touch, and threw off the timing, but you get up like that.
I think you intended that pun, by the way. You can't just say no pun intended and think it goes away. It stays there. It lingers.
It's better than me saying, see what I did there?
Yeah, that's much of a good point, Jim. You're learning. Dasher to the
Comedy
corner.
show. Watch out.
Drame. A foul is called. A hold there against McMullen. Yeah, there's a way that Shaheen Holloway carries himself. He is ultra confident.
Yep.
And I think he infuses his team with that confidence.
I agree with you. I think they're going to. Yeah, they just had the wrong number when they went to the scorer's table just then, I believe.
It is McMullen.
Yeah. See, it's over here. He's holding the arms down.
They blitz Eddard. Drame, ball fake, spin, foul called, and Burns is really starting to get fed up. It's been building for Burns. He picks up his second foul.
And you're right about the blitz on Eddard. They're going to keep an eye on him because they do not want him getting freed on coming those. The other night they had some down screens on the wings. He came out and buried a big one late in that game.
The MAC was very competitive this season. It looked like Iona was the team to beat. They had the best season in the conference. They get clipped in the conference tournament. St. Peter's emerges. But here's the thing. Kentucky found this out the other night. If you don't play against this style, it can throw you off your rhythm, and you have a tough time rediscovering it. Kentucky never looked comfortable in the first round.
Yeah, because when you play against styles like this, and this is with all due respect to St. Peter's, when they play this defensively like this, they can slow you down, and as you said, you sometimes ugly it up defensively, but they're not a power on the offensive end. So they have to work some nights for their offense, but when they get it going like they did against Kentucky and they match the two ends of the floor, yeah, they can be okay.
Kentucky had beaten 30 straight double-digit seeds until the upset the other night by St. Peter's. That ball bounces around like a pinball and out of bounds. They lift up Dasher. The bench was ready to pick him up to his feet. Last touched by the Peacocks. Who envisioned greatness today? Tune into Inside March Madness presented by Buick and find out. KJ Williams back in. Averages 18 points, 8.5 rebounds. Just under 2 steals per game as well. Can Tevin Brown start to find a groove?
Well, here he comes on the outside, but they're finding him.
Quick release doesn't go for Williams. He powers in, and it's an offensive foul. Taking the hit is Drame.
There was a little frustration on that play for Williams just then. Goes after it the second time. Not so sure about that one. May have been a sliding flop there.
Live look at Run Baby Run Arena in Jersey City, New Jersey. They just got the word they're on television.
Very good. Nice reaction. They take cues perfectly.
You know who else is on television? Jamie Erdahl with St. Peter's head coach Shaheen Holloway.
Coach, I love how you stop your starters before they get to the timeout here. What do you say to them in a moment like that?
We're playing like crap. It's unacceptable. No loose ball. They getting all the 50-50 balls. They out hustling us. They out playing us right now. It's unacceptable.
You're up 1.
Still, it's unacceptable.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
You want me to react to that, huh?
I mean, I think that's your job.
It is my job, but you know what? That says it all. Do you really need to react? Most people understand that language. You're not playing well. Figure it out and get out there and play harder, get the loose balls and go after it.
St.
Sends a
Peter's,
message.
1 of 6 from three-point territory. Nadefo tosses it up, and he's fouled in the act by Skipper Brown. So 2 free throws here for Elmont, New York native Casey Nadefo.
Not a great free throw shooter at 52%. You know, in the beginning of the other game, again, when they played Kentucky the other night, Ian, because he had the 2 fouls early, 3 turnovers, you didn't get to really see much of him. And then in the second half, this drive right here that he drove to the basket, he had 2 pretty good drives to get himself on track. So they may not have scouted him much because there wasn't much scouting being done by Murray State, but he's got an interesting style at the offensive end.
He fills up a box score, 10.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2.5 assists, over a steal per game, and just under 3 blocks. 1 out of 2 at the line. Nice spin move there by Hannibal. Takes it all the way. Corner pop. Tevin Brown missed it. Rebounded by Eddard.
That's a good set for Murray State, just not getting the shots to drop.
Their 2 stars are 1 of 9.
Wow.
Oh, nicely done by Nadefo.
Pretty good chance there to pick up a charge if you're defending, but defender elects to go after the block. Nice work.
Hill takes and makes the 3.
Played about 44 minutes the other night. Here we go, a little
this is
getting together. That's been developing.
Nadefo and Skipper Brown. Earlier, it was Burns and Nadefo in a stare down. And the officials are going to get together and have a chat. They want to nip this thing right now at the 7:05 mark of the first half. St. Peter's in front 17-16. This was under the hoop activity on a potential box out. And the ball goes through the hoop, but they're still jostling.
Hanging on to one another.
So Roger Ayers, Ray Natilli.
And we saw in a pretty aggressive game with Baylor and North Carolina today, to say the least. And over here, they're still tangled up, pushing and shoving one another.
Yeah, Nadefo lifted his left arm, and that certainly drew the attention of Skipper Brown and the officials. So they're shuttling back and forth to get a closer look. This is another angle. And the officials got in between, but there were words exchanged after that exchange physically. Casey Nadefo plays with a lot of intensity. You could say that about St. Peter's in general. Gene Sterator, our rules analyst, watching along with us. Gene, what'd you see there?
You've got veteran officials in this game, Iron, and Ray Natilli, Jeb Harton is coming in to break it up for sure. I think you've got one player that's holding on to the arm and the other just kind of trying to get rid of him. I don't think anything rose to a dead ball contact technical, but a good job by a veteran crew to break it up. And now let's get back to basketball.
Yep, and that's exactly what took place. And it also sends a message to the players.
Yeah, they get a little bit of a warning to say, okay, guys, clean it up a bit. And then sooner or later, they'll start blowing the whistles.
Under 7 minutes to go in this first half. Poked away from Nadefo. The dive to the rim, plus the foul. Eddard will head to the stripe.
Part of spreading that floor out is to get opportunities going towards the basket.
That is Doug Eddard's uncle, who happens to work at CBS.
There you go. Nice timing.
J.P. LaMonaco has got high fives for everybody in the St. Peter section. 20-16, Peacocks. Justice Hill called on the foul. 6:38 to play, first half. Star power for Murray State. It's Williams and Brown, and neither have been able to find any kind of rhythm. Combined 1 of 9.
Look at the double team coming in, but there is a hold.
Our tournament summary: ACC, Big 12, Big East, Big 10, all represented in the Sweet 16. Michigan, as a double-digit seed, advances to the second weekend. Indy Madness. There have been some tight ones here, a couple of overtime games in the first round, and this one close in the first half between St. Peter's and Murray State. Racers have not led in this first half. St. Peter's currently up by 4. Fans getting a little antsy. Shaheen Holloway just shrugged his shoulders.
I think they're questioning whether that was the 6th or 7th team foul for Shaheen Holloway's team, but it was only number 6.
Skipper Brown, kick out. Brown hesitates and hits for 3.
And that makes it different now, the way you're going to defend. If Brown starts to get uncorked just a little bit, He is streaky, and he'll put it on the deck also if he come out on him on the perimeter.
Lee off the double. Ball movement, Nadefo. The back in on Skipper Brown. Nadefo is fouled. Skipper Brown, the personal, number 2.
So trying to get Brown involved. You see, he's all alone because the defender gets caught underneath the screen. And here they go. They keep battling and tangling up. Look at the arms. They got to be careful with that, with those hook calls.
3-time MAC Defensive Player of the Year. The wiry Casey Nadefo at 6'7", 195. St. Peter's is riding an 8-game winning streak. They've won 9 of their last 10. They were 4-6 after 10 games this season.
Well, then they started to adjust their defense. They really rechanneled themselves, and defense was the leading factor in that. And they all bought into what Shaheen Holloway said, and what he said to Jamie also was a message.
I think they've heard that message before.
I think so. It wasn't the first time.
21-19, St. Peter's in front. Keep the ball moving. Brown missed it, short. Rebound, bullet feed underneath. The finish by Williams, and a heads-up play from Skipper Brown.
Yeah, one of the things Skipper Brown did so well the other night, he was really instrumental in terms of helping them out with 12 points and 10 rebounds.
Nadefo is fouled by Williams. And free throws for Casey Nadefo. It looked like he was going to go in for the flush.
Yeah, and St. Peter's keeps answering with a challenge. After they get scored on, here's the windup. Let's see what happens. Well, I think he gets ball on the way up right there. Let's see from this angle. That's a good tip. Not a full block, but a tip. But he gets to the line just the same on that.
But certainly the scouting report says send Nadefo to the line if given the opportunity around the rim. Williams will sit.
But he might start sending people to the bench too by drawing fouls, which sometimes doesn't get spoken about too often.
Williams has 2 fouls. Burns has 2. Skipper Brown with 2. And Nadefo nails a pair. Shaheen Holloway will make a switch here with Rupert checking in, replacing Casey Nadefo.
Yeah, they give him a little bit of a break at 5:23. You probably see him go until under 4 minutes, so that's a good substitution to give. The way he plays, give him some rest.
Nicholas McMullen checks in, a big for Murray State. So the Racers dealing with some foul trouble here. They currently trail by 2.
Here's their spread action too, kind of free up guys like Hannibal, who has the ball now.
Outside, Hill gets the step. Hill, acrobatic, missed it. Rebound, Drame. Up ahead, knocked away by Smith, and now it's going to be tossed in the air.
Oh my goodness!
We nearly have the shot of the tournament, but it's off the rim.
In the history of the tournament.
I don't know about that.
Maybe.
St. Peter's controls it.
It would have been the wildest one, that's for sure.
Lee.
Look at that, look away.
Rupert is fouled on the floor. Basket won't count. I'm not sure he knows it yet. And Holloway can't believe it. He wants the bucket to count.
I think it's the right call, Ian, because Rupert didn't go quick enough. But look at this shot. As soon as he flings it up, can't see it yet, but this thing has rim written all over it. My goodness, if that ever went in.
Second foul on McMullen.
And watch the timing of this play. See, he goes up, and here's the foul. He doesn't start into his shot, so it's an on-the-floor foul.
Rupert at the free throw line. Pre-COVID, it looked like Rupert was going to attend Murray State. But then after reconsidering, Philadelphia native decided to go to college in Jersey City, New Jersey. 1 out of 2. Hannibal grabs the board. Foul trouble building here for Murray State. 4 players with 2 fouls with 4:25 to go first half.
And that's what St. Peter's will cause you to do, foul them, because they, as you drive it to the basket, so they're back in Murray State to a little bit of a corner right now.
They cut off Hill. Tried to drop it in for McMullen. That pass deflected, knock away. Rupert makes the defensive play for St. Peter's.
Boy, have we seen a lot of action from St. Peter's defensively with their hands, their footwork. Terrific in terms of helping one another.
Banks has yet to get it going. They haven't given him a lot of airspace. Good defensive play from Murray State, collapsing, and a foul called as Hannibal crosses midcourt. Second on Matthew Lee. Tough physical action in the first half. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. Hall of Famer Tamika Catchings. We're in Indiana. This is such a hotbed for hoops. The crowds have been great throughout the week. Game summary, St. Peter's up by 3. They've shot it well, 8 of 17 from the field. 3-pointers have not been a huge factor on either side. Hannibal gets it done to the free throw line to cut it to 2. Murray State is an outstanding rebounding team. Yes. They are plus 8.2, number 6 in the country, but St. Peter's is going to give them a run for their money because of their ability to use their bodies and box out.
You're absolutely right with the positioning and the ability to kind of hang around and put 3 or 4 guys on the glass defensively in particular.
Right now it's 14-12 off the glass in favor of Murray State. Murray back in there for St. Peter's. The drive and deuce off the window.
He has really figured out how to float the ball to the basket.
Hannibal, block. Foul called. Hannibal, he just doesn't care who's there. He will take it right to the rim.
And watch Murray go around the corner. Now watch the hesitation as he goes up in the air. He sees the defender there, but he actually releases the ball before he gets to the peak of his jump, which gives him a fraction of a second to get it over an extended arm defensively.
Fusini Drame picks up the personal foul. Hannibal is back to the line. He came up big the other night when Collins went down with the injury. Hannibal responded, 18 points, 6 rebounds, transferred from South Carolina, averaged 6 points in his previous stint, 9.2 in this his sophomore year with Murray State.
And Matt McMahon said that game and the style that San Francisco played was perfect for him. They extend to the perimeter and he was able to drive by some people.
Let's get more from Jamie.
Well, I learned from Trey Hannibal that upon his leaving South Carolina, he just wasn't finding joy in playing basketball anymore. He really thought about giving up the game, but he found Murray State, and joy has now become one of Matt McMahon's pillars of this program, and obviously Hannibal has played right into it.
He probably could have moved over to football the way he looks.
Yeah, exactly. And you're looking at a 1-3-1 defense right now that has Seton Hall confused a touch.
Nadefo puts it on the floor, drives in, plus the foul. Chance at a 3-point play for KC Nadefo.
When you're going against the 1-3-1, the middle of the floor isn't where you want to attack. You want to attack on the baseline. And that's exactly what St. Peter's did when they figured it out. And here's the follow-up to it and how he finishes it off. And once again, similar style in terms of holding on to that ball until he knew he had clearance to be able to flip it in.
And that's 3 fouls on Nicholas McMullen. And McMullen is a guy that's willing to bang on the inside, and you're going to need that against this St. Peter's squad.
It's the 7th attempt by him already. 5 for 7 for Nadefo from the line. 11 points.
And 2 of the other bigs, Burns and Skipper Brown, each with 2 fouls, and they're both currently on the floor. Under 3 minutes to go in this first half. 5-point lead for St. Peter's.
It's a tough game to stay out of foul trouble because of the way St. Peter's will hang around the middle of the floor and rebound.
Hill, jab, jumper, splash.
He's smooth, isn't he?
It's a 3.
Really, he's got a smooth-looking jumper.
Former high school football star, ran track as well at Little Rock Christian.
Back to a man-to-man defense right now. So Murray State's starting to switch it up just a little bit. That 1-3-1 zone didn't work the last trip.
Banks trying to clear space. Offensive foul. Coming up, AT&T at the half. We'll get you caught up on all the latest tournament news, highlights, updates. It's all coming up on AT&T at the half. Eddard will check back in for St. Peter's at the 2:11 mark. He replaces Banks, who just picked up his first foul.
Only one St. Peter's player with 2 fouls, and that's Lee.
Murray State has not lost in 2022. They dominated the Ohio Valley Conference. They will move to the Missouri Valley Conference next season. So a new look. Brown runs into a wall, can't bank it in. Rebound, and a foul call going the other way. And it's going to be Brown picking it up, or Burns.
Yeah, and the interesting thing on that play, Brown was headed right towards a charging foul, and he put on the brakes, but then he couldn't regroup and get anything going with the shot.
And Jimmy, it is Burns, and it's number 3. So it's right here, that battle.
Yeah, with the reach in, after the shot was over.
So you've got McMullen with 3, Burns with 3, and free throws for Foussini Drame. This is a problem for Murray State. Drame's a 61% shooter. Hannibal will check in. Burns will have a chat with his head coach, Matt McMahon.
St. Peter's is shooting their 14th free throw attempt right now. Murray State with only 6. They're 5 for 6, a much better percentage than St. Peter's, but scoreboard indicates St. Peter's lead.
Jimmy, when the draw came out, you saw Kentucky, you saw Murray State. The two programs have never played. And everybody just thought, okay, it's finally going to happen.
Yeah, let's write that story. It's an easy one.
Yeah.
Not quite.
I hope you wrote it in pencil, because St. Peter's
with a big eraser
had a completely different idea. And here they are in the second round, taking on Murray State, and they've got a 3-point lead.
Look at the help.
DJ Burns on the bench, cooling off. Foul called as Skipper Brown makes his move to the rim. So it's going to be Dasher picking up his first foul. And DJ Burns has had a roller coaster of emotions in this first half. He was getting frustrated early with foul calls. He walked away from the officials on a couple of occasions, and his head coach calmed him down. Assistant coaches are now talking to him. 2 points, 3 fouls for the sophomore from New Orleans who transferred from Southern.
A little delay right there. Not to clean up the action line, but to clean up the jerseys, tuck them in a little bit. Two or three players.
Skipper Brown misses on the first attempt. Being neat and put together is important.
Yeah. One of these teams is going to win. You want to be right for those pictures.
Yeah, got to look good. That's a very tight tuck on both the jersey and the short roll-up. Missed free throws from Skipper Brown.
Very observant on your part.
Well, that's what I'm paid to do, Jimmy.
Yes.
Be observant. 30-27. St. Peter's has made 4 of its last 5 attempts, and we've got 1:22 to go in this first half.
Plus, they've been getting to the line a lot. That's a good combination. Here's a matchup zone, something different. Looks like a 2-3.
Swing it. Deflected, touched by Hannibal. So 8 to shoot, 1:14 on the game clock. Who wants to toss it in?
Look at Shaheen's over there, though, pointing to the clock.
Yeah, it's going to be Dasher.
The key is whether his players are watching him point to the clock, which I think they were.
Dasher's another transfer. It came from Portland.
He's quick with the ball, Murray.
Murray, floater, short rebound, grabbed by Murray, and they get a reset. 1 minute to go, first half. This is a Murray State team that averages just under 80 points per game. They've been held to 27. Nadefo, backdoor cut, layup, no, tip in, yes, it's Drame.
What a beauty to extend that play, push it out to the wings.
The Racers are shooting 35%. They trail 32-27. Hill goes one-on-one, draws a crowd. Jumper doesn't go for Smith. Rebound, Hannibal knocked out of bounds. Last touch by St. Peter's.
Did you notice how Hannibal tried to whirl that ball to the bucket because he's worried about getting it blocked? And here's this big backdoor cut here. Nice separation and space on the floor, and it allows the follow-up tip.
Toss it in. Kevin Brown matched up with Dasher. There's an 8-second difference. Shot clock, the game clock. We're winding down in the first half here in Indianapolis.
Brown will probably try to go to his right eventually.
Brown now gets the switch. Jumper short. Nadefo closes out. Nadefo running the floor, but Murray's going to keep it himself. 6 seconds left. Murray makes his move. Swing. Eddard. Ball fake. And he can't finish at the horn. St. Peter's will hit the locker room with a 32-27 lead over Murray State. The Peacocks have not trailed in this first half. Back with more in a moment. Second round action from Indy. Could get spicy in the second half here in Indy as we take a look at the Buffalo Wild Wings first half stats. St. Peter's in front 32-27. They're shooting 50% from the field. They're holding Murray State to 32%. Peacocks also controlling the paint. Ian Eagle along with Jim Spinarkle and Jamie Erdahl. This is something that neither team has ever experienced, a Sweet 16. Murray State's had chances to get there, but St. Peter's is in the second round for the first time. They have not looked like they are an intimidated team by any stretch in this game.
No, I don't think they are, Ian, and I think what's happened here, the guard play has not really been that terrific. It's been basically the big guys mixing it up. 20-10 is a big number of points in the paint for St. Peter's. And here you see why you have the big Nadefo slowing down. But here was a beautiful drive in that first half in terms of laying one in. So the confidence of the bigs took over in that first half. Let's see if the guard play from both ends, especially Banks for St. Peter's.
AT&T taking us above the rim for one of the best plays of the day as we check in with Jamie.
Matt McMahon very frustrated to go 5 for 17 from the 2-point field goal. He said that either means we're not finishing with toughness or taking bad shots. Unfortunately, it's both of those things. I asked him about his team's emotions. He said, we've been so laser focused. I actually think we got away from that and we're allowing the moment to get to us. They got to get back to Murray State basketball.
And Jamie, they've averaged 84.5 points per game in their last 10. They've got 27 right now. Their lowest scoring game this season was 57. And Nadefo gets it started in this second half for St. Peter's.
Yeah, and what goes through my mind for Murray State is do something, switch it up, jump switch, get yourself triggering on the defensive end. But with their foul problems, they have to be very careful, especially up front.
Nadefo has 13. 8 different players have gotten on the board for St. Peter's. They lead by 7.
Not surprising with their scoring and balance.
Williams and Brown, the 2 stars, are a combined 3 of 14 for Murray State. Hill tries to split defenders, kick out, and it's too late. Wouldn't have counted either way for KJ Williams. Murray State is out of sorts.
And Nadefo just understanding what he wants to do. A little fake to the baseline side, triggering it up with his right hand, the power hand, and a nice little squeeze defensively that first trip just then.
And Jimmy, these teams feel pressure when they get to the conference tournament. The OVC is a 1-bid conference. The MAC is a 1-bid conference. You don't win your tournament, you don't get in. At least normally, Murray State had such a fantastic season. Nadefo.
A little bit of a bump, maybe?
It is. Murray State fans wanted to travel. And another foul assessed to the Racers.
So let's see if he holds that left foot down. Still down. A little bit of a push. He's holding his foot down on the heel at least.
KJ Williams is called for his 3rd foul. Williams with 3, Burns with 3, McMullen has 3.
And you know St. Peter's is going to continue to go to the post as much as they can.
Banks one-on-one with Brown. Banks on a kick, jumper Lee, he's got it, a 3.
Smart play by Banks. He's not been scoring real well. He's 1 for 4 with 3 points, but pushing it right to the middle of the floor, challenging Murray State again.
Largest lead of the night for the Peacocks. It's 10. Knocked around and a steal by Banks. Looking for the angle. Banks drives in. It's blocked. And a foul on Hannibal.
Banks sharp on the defensive end, but I really like the way he went after it. Watch the way he jumps to his left. He jumps to his left, our right, looking at it because he knows he's going to get smothered on this, but he wants to go to the free throw line. If he gets that shot up and it goes in, that's just icing on the cake.
And it sends an 86% shooter to the line, and Banks misses on the first. Darryl Banks' fingerprints were all over that first-round win over Kentucky. He scored 27. He went 5 of 8 from three-point territory. He's been held to 4 tonight. But the lead is 11. Longest winning streak in the country belongs to Murray State, 21 in a row. Who's second? St. Peter's. 8 straight wins.
Isn't that interesting?
And here we are in
That
Indy.
is very interesting.
Winner goes to the Sweet 16 in Philadelphia. Neither program has ever been there. I mean, maybe they've been to Philly on their personal trips, but never the Sweet 16.
Sure, they've been to Philly.
Dump it down low. Williams on a kick for Hill. They need it. Off the mark. Gang rebounding. Knocked to the outside. Brown will fire. Short. And jumping up for the board is Drame.
I don't think Nadefo might have gotten his little finger on that shot, too.
Shaheen Holloway calling out a play for his squad, the 45-year-old in his 3rd year as the head coach at St. Peter's. Rupert, one-on-one. Williams has 3 fouls, and Rupert's got a bucket. Timeout, Murray State.
That was all Shaheen Holloway just then, isolating the guy with the 3 fouls. St. Peter's on a roll.
Run, baby, run arena on the campus of St. Peter's University in Jersey City, New Jersey. You got to have students looking at one another saying, is this really happening?
No, it's just a wild thing.
And it's not going in the right direction for Murray State. 8-0 St. Peter's to open up the second half.
I'm wondering who's going to step up for Murray State. Maybe this guy.
Brown cans it from the corner. It's a 3.
Yeah, because they have to start lighting it up defensively and getting into their sets much faster and force the action against St. Peter's defensively. Now you're looking at a 1-3-1 zone again. Last time St. Peter's went along the baseline to attack, right there.
Brown was 1 of 8 from the field before that make. The spin. Rupert tried to switch hands. Knocked up in the air, controlled. Ball is tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Smith of Murray State.
Good reaction, though, by St. Peter's just then. But now you look at the corner. They're going to run a shooter right to the right side. Brown, who has to get on track. Somebody has to help Hill out for Murray State.
Just over 3 minutes gone by in this second half. 10-point lead for St. Peter's.
Now it's a 2-3 zone, Ian, so look at the middle of the floor right there. There you go.
Banks missed it. Rebound, tapped, out of bounds, off of Burns.
St. Peter's reading defenses pretty well right now. They're not, what they're trying to do at the Murray State end is trying to confuse St. Peter's by switching defenses a lot and make the guards hesitate a bit. 2 in a row, they've read perfectly.
Get it in quickly. Lee circles. Last year, Oral Roberts was a 15th seed. They went to the Sweet 16. The fadeaway doesn't go. And a foul called off the rebound action as Drame came flying in following the Banks miss. Defensively, what are they doing?
Well, watch the last part. See the drive. Now look at the 3 guys in there. They're collapsing and building a wall underneath. So they're doing a terrific job of helping one another and forcing the action away from the paint. That's why those numbers were doubled in the first half.
St. Peter's has held Murray State to 32% shooting. This is a team that shoots 48% on the season.
And here's the 3rd defense, a man-to-man. So it's 1-3-1, a 2-3, and now they're trying to switch it up to a man-to-man.
Swing. Banks, drive. That pass gets tipped and intercepted.
And that forced the action against St. Peter's a little.
Smith puts it up, doesn't get the roll. Rebound snatched on the inside. Skipper Brown, tie up, possession arrow to Murray State. You're going to have to earn everything.
Yeah, and avoid getting frustrated if you're Murray State at this point.
10-point lead for the Peacocks in just under 16 minutes until they go to their first Sweet 16. This is the St. Peter's Spirit squad. They're just happy to be standing because they just got off a 10-hour bus ride. Last night, St. Peter's Athletics tweeted out a photo of this group of students. They said, we wish the guys luck, but we wish we could be there. Well, Peacock TV got a hold of that. They said, we'll get you there. Got them a bus. 10-hour bus ride, guys. They got on at 5 a.m. this morning, did hair and makeup on the bus, pulled in, jumped out of the bus. They're here to cheer on their guys. Just now, who knows if they're going to Philadelphia or back to Jersey City after this.
Jamie.
None of these students have been to Indianapolis, by the way. First time. What an experience.
You gotta let the Peacocks fly.
The flock has to stay together, I'm pretty sure, was what the tweet said.
That's amazing. And they're here, and they're having an impact. You can hear them during the action, during timeouts. They came out and entertained the crowd. Foul was called with Williams going to the free throw line for Murray State.
As we all know our geography, too, it's a little short a bus ride to Philly if they get there.
40-32, St. Peter's.
Big possession for St. Peter's. At the offensive end, Murray State's defense is switching again. They kind of pack in the middle of the floor.
Intercepted. Justice Hill.
There's
Hill,
the shooter.
No look. Brown can't hit the three. Oh, major elevation. Skipper Brown. And it's out of bounds. On Thursday, March 31st, TV's #1 new comedy, Ghost, solves the mystery everybody's been dying to know. What happened to Trevor's pants? Why has he spent his afterlife pants free? We finally find out when Ghost returns. New March 31st at 9, 8 Central on CBS.
This is a fourth different defense. This is a matchup right now.
8 turnovers on each side. Oh, the find for Drame. And it's Clarence Rupert with the dish.
He didn't know what to do with the ball at first because he was kind of just standing by himself. I think he was thinking, oh, now what do I do? And he just waited a second, and it opened up for them.
Points in the paint, 24-10 in favor of the Peacocks. Brown, the drive, he's fouled before the shot. So that'll be team foul number 2 against St. Peter's.
So the matchup, you go here, you match it up to the next guy, and then all of a sudden you're lost. You lose your responsibility on the baseline. And they make you pay.
St. Peter's up by 10. Murray State.
Well, that was a push, possibly. The defo, did you see that right hand a little bit on the back?
The entry pass from Hill glanced off the hand of Williams. Another racer turnover. Here's Lee. The big extends out. Skipper Brown.
Good switch there by Murray State.
And a foul stops the action with 12 on the shot clock.
I think they got Skipper Brown on the left side of the floor, possibly, for not allowing the pass.
Number 3.
Physicality there.
Little Rock, Arkansas native. Grad transfer from Eastern Illinois. Missed a month of the season with a foot injury. They have 4 players with 3 fouls. Rupert gives it up for Lee. Trying to dissect this defense is Banks.
Good spot to start in the middle.
Drame makes himself available, drives in, left hand, rims out. Rebound scooped off the floor. That won't go for Rupert. And Williams gets it ahead for Brown. Brown, shake, bake, foul. And that's going to be number 3 on Darrell Banks III.
And a smart move by Brown on the open floor. He's trying to make something happen. Banks thinks he got all ball, but no, he didn't. He got a cross on the arm and the elbow, so that's a good call. Watch here. Banks doesn't like it, but I'm not so sure why he's complaining, just maybe out of frustration.
You look at the numbers for Murray State this season, Jimmy. Their scoring margin is a plus 16.7. That's 4th in the country. Gonzaga's number 1. They played a couple of close games here and there. 2-point win over Tennessee Martin, another 2-point win over Southeast Missouri State. But for most of the season, they're pummeling opponents.
Yeah, scoring 79 points a game. And look at that scoreboard. They have 32 sitting there. I mean, just a tip of the hat to St. Peter's for the way they're defending.
Tevin Brown, a 76% shooter. Murray State trailing St. Peter's by 10.
Well, they got to get a stop just to stop the frustration that's building for Murray State right now.
Handed off. Eddard is back in. So is Dasher. Oh, that's a deep one, Lee. Rebounded weak side by Brown.
Shaheen saying to him, why are you shooting that?
Push up the floor. Brown takes it in for 2.
He's getting more active. He's not worried about his outside shot, Brown, which he's pretty good at, but he's starting the last 2 or 3 trips to head towards the basket, which makes sense from a Murray State standpoint.
He's got 8 points on 3 of 11 shooting. The bounce, it's a kick. Dasher was trying to feed along the baseline.
So I like the thought process from Brown, trying to make something happen. That was a big-time screen that got Eddard squared in the chest, too. That's why he was not a factor defensively.
Lob it up.
Oh!
Nadefo couldn't put it down, and it's poked to the outside. Hill using his speed. He challenges Eddard, and he missed it. That ball was blocked, and it didn't have to be. It's goaltending on Dasher. It never would have made it to the rim.
But it made it to the backboard, and it did not hit the rim, so it's a clean goaltending call. If this ball gets to the rim, Ian, right here, if it gets to the rim.
And look, Dasher is using his instincts here, but it's too late. And it's a 9-2 run for Murray State. A set here with Nadefo. Drive, duck in, missed it, poke, no, another chance. Nadefo finishes. He will not be denied.
Now with Williams with 3 fouls also, he was jumping, but he wasn't defending on that. He was trying to just get the rebound. Nadefo was just saying, hey, it's my ball, I'm gonna get it and I'll finish it if you're not gonna try to block it.
15 for Nadefo. 44-36 St. Peter's. Hill will drop it to the post.
This is the best that Murray State has looked on offense. That might be a tie-up. Up, he's got a foul before the tie-up.
So the drive by Williams, foul against St. Peter's. Nadefo thought he had it clean, but it's Drame who picks it up.
Watch Williams now on the defense. He's standing there, but he's not taking a chance to pick up that 4th. And Nadefo just keeps jumping and jumping.
This is the 5th chance in program history to advance to the Sweet 16 for Murray State. They've never been there. Winner will play the Texas-Purdue winner in Philadelphia. Substitution, Hannibal in, and it's going to be Hill getting a probably short breather. KJ Williams trying to crack double figures.
And this last 3 minutes or so has been the best that Murray State has looked for the entire game. Really.
Agreed.
And now St. Peter's, kind of like, what are you made of right now in terms of reacting at the 12-minute mark?
Eddard, ball fake, swing. Lee doesn't take the J. He'll take the pull-up and hit.
Well, I love the fact that a player like Lee shuns the long-range shot when you need a bucket and goes to the old-fashioned mid-range. I think his dad, Butch Lee, used to do that pretty well.
Yeah, just a little bit. For Marquette, national championship in the NBA as well.
A great player.
Brown penetrates. Wow, wild shot. Maybe he thought he was going to get a call, but it was just good defense.
Yeah, there was 2 or 3 Peacocks around him. Watch for Eddard to try to get a shot off in some rhythm when they switch to man-to-man. This is back to the zone look.
Lee, swing, corner. Dasher, the jumper, knocks it down. St. Peter's answers.
They were 2 great offensive sets for mid-range jump shots. And Eddard is just trying to line one up also from long distance with his footwork.
Back to a 10-point lead. Hannibal couldn't get it to the post. Instead, it's Williams on the outside.
Whoa.
Williams nearly lost it. Brown, a bump. And it was before the floater. Foul against St. Peter's. We've got 11 minutes to play in regulation.
Nice ball fake, and what do? You pull up from 17. That's basketball beautiful. And the same thing for Lee, a little closer. St. Peter's hanging tough with the lead.
10-point lead for St. Peter's. I want to take you back to the goaltending call, and Gene Steratore joins us now. Let's go frame by frame, Gene. What happens here?
Well, what you're looking at, guys, is when the ball hits the glass, if it doesn't hit the rim, then you have an automatic goaltend. If you have it hit the glass and then the ball hits the front of the rim, ball not being over the cylinder, then you basically have a bank shot that's hit the front of the rim and a rebound. This is a frame-by-frame play and really tight. They call goaltend on the play, but if the ball hit the rim prior to that ball being rejected, you wouldn't have a goaltend by rule.
Yeah, that's I hear what you're saying, Gene, by the rule, but boy, if that's ever a bang-bang play, I wouldn't want to be an official on that one on live.
St. Peter's up 48-38 with under 11 minutes to go. Oh, beautiful play on the slash by Justice Hill.
And how about him avoiding a charge on that same play, Ian driving to the basket and avoiding the big for St. Peter's.
13 points. He leads the Racers, who trail St. Peter's by 8. Jalen Murray is in. Denial, Hannibal. Shaheen Holloway not happy with Murray on that feed.
Oh, beautiful work there by Hill. He just went right by the defender and kept his concentration.
Trigger in for Murray, 9 to shoot.
They're not giving Eddard any room whatsoever.
Murray, cross. And it's blocked on the inside by Skipper Brown. Shot clock violation as Drame was too late. So better defensive intensity and awareness from Murray State during this stretch.
Yeah, the 5 minutes, so they're really tuning it up a little bit. So now the challenge for St. Peter's to hang tough and Murray State to continue to drive it at them and make things happen at the offensive end. Get their players involved who score.
Each team has turned it over 9 times, and that'll be a 10th. Brown lost his footing. Ahead, Murray drives. Hannibal blocks it. And the basket won't count on the follow by Eddard. There's a foul on Hannibal. That's number 3.
The recognition, very, very smart, too. St. Peter's University with only 3 fast break points. And there's the swat. And look at the 4 guys running the floor, too, on that turnover.
He tried to block it with both hands.
You can jump that high, why not?
You can levitate, you have options. You can do your taxes up there. 9:53 to play in this second half. 5 players now have 3 fouls for Murray State.
Oh, to have hang time.
One can dream, Jimmy.
That's it. That's all you can do.
Jalen Murray, known as Juju, extends the lead to 10. Hill, hands to Hannibal. Trying to get Williams in the post, and it will be a foul on Drame. Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Scan the QR code right now to download.
St. Peter's with 16 fouls, 5 for Murray State.
In 2019, Murray State was in the second round. They got beat soundly by Florida State, 90-62.
Isolation for Williams.
Turnaround is in and out, but a foul.
You know, you can, to my eye, they're starting to build a little confidence on the offensive end. Murray State, and here's that turnaround. Watch his elevation. Shot, block, try in there, and he gets him right on the right elbow.
And it's Hassan Drame picking up his 3rd. KJ Williams, his mom Amy played basketball at Jackson State from Cleveland, Mississippi. In comes DJ Burns. He replaces Jordan Skipper Brown.
The way to chip into a lead is to get to the line, obviously make them. Let's see if they make one shot, turn the defense around. They don't make it, so they'll backpedal.
St. Peter's leads by 9. Some foul trouble now for the Peacocks. Eddard gives it up for Murray. Flick it over to Dasher. Drive, denial. DJ Burns the block. Hannibal the fend off. Extra feed. Corner 3. Got him. Justice Hill.
There's the confidence boost on top of it. Spreading the floor. That's exactly how Murray State plays offense. They love to get down the floor. They spot up in the wings and the corners.
16 points for the sophomore Hill. It's a 6-point lead for St. Peter's. Eddard off the double team. Drame's open, rimming out. Hannibal mistimed his jump, but still gathers.
Yeah, shots that were going in for St. Peter's earlier are not right now.
Brown, kaboom! A three!
Might be time to talk it over if you're Shaheen Holloway at this point.
And he will. A timeout taken. 7-0 run for the Racers. And the crowd here in Indy has come alive.
Their defense was building, and now their offense is building some confidence, and they're letting it rip. Only down 3, Murray State.
And that is the potential matchup moving forward. The winners of those two games will meet one another. 50-47, St. Peter's in front, the 15 seed in the East. Out of the timeout, Drame, ball fake, drive on Williams, he finishes.
Oh, he put that left shoulder down and around and made some space for himself and then came back to his right side. A great response after the timeout for St. Peter's.
26 consecutive games with at least 8 different scores for St. Peter's. That's how they do it. They wear you down.
That's why they're hard to defend.
And now 9 players have scored tonight. Drive, floater, in and out. Hill couldn't convert, and it's a push. Off the rebound action, Hannibal got bumped by Drame, and that's number 4 on Hassan Drame.
Yeah, team number 8, Hill coming down that lane too. This is the type of shot he makes usually, and look at this, just won't fall for him, but they get a break with the push.
So it sends Trey Hannibal to the free throw line, 71% shooter. He was handed the ball and then taken back, so he walks off the line.
Kind of like an icing almost, freezing himself with the officials there. Let's see if he can regroup.
He does. Don't forget, after all the games are over, Nabil Kareem, Seth Davis, Rex Chapman, Bob Huggins, Candace Parker, they've got the highlights, the analysis inside March Madness, presented by Buick. That's later tonight only on TBS. 2 out of 2 for Hannibal.
Looking for a trick on defense. They haven't really shown anything full court at all with Murray State. Just back to their man-to-man now.
St. Peter's University leads Murray State 52-49 with 7:20 to go. Foul is called on that move by Banks.
It's number 6 on Murray State, so no shooting right there.
Next one will put St. Peter's into the bonus, 1-1, foul trouble. Murray State has stabilized a bit. They've been stuck on those numbers for a long stretch. Ball poked away. Hannibal, the effort. Hannibal can fly.
Wow.
And it's out of bounds. It's a clean block. The Peacocks get back defensively, and guess who? Nadefo.
That was an extraordinary block right here. Watch Hannibal, and Hannibal gets off his feet, by the way, with strength. What a block. Just hope everybody's okay over there. My goodness.
5th block. Hill drives, missed it on the inside. Who wants it more? They both do. And possession arrow to St. Peter's on the tie-up. Casey Nadefo may not have the physical profile that you would consider among the elite shot blockers in the college basketball world. At 6'7", 195, he's elite.
He's elite and amazing. And they're setting up Murray State for a backdoor action too, I think, Ian, with the way they're leaning. They're looking for deflections and steals. Nice time to go backdoor.
Nadefo, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 5 blocks, kick out. To the post. Nadefo waits and draws the foul. 2 defenders there to drape Nadefo, Williams and Burns, and it's going to be number 4 on DJ Burns.
Little isolation down low. Double team comes in a little bit late. Here he comes. 2 guys leave their feet at one time.
Nadefo shoots it at 53%. He is 5 of 7 at the line tonight. Four-point lead. In comes Skipper Brown. DJ Burns sits. And now Shaheen Holloway will make a change. It's brother for brother as Fousseyni Dramé replaces his twin Hassan Dramé. Nadefo, that's a good stroke.
Sure is. Better than his numbers indicate. And now he's 7 for 9.
54-49, Peacocks. Williams out high, defended by Nadefo. Brown comes to the ball. Brown, stutter step, floater, short, rebound. Nadefo's got it. 8 boards for the senior. Holloway calling out a play for his squad. Lee way outside. Using the screen, Nadefo, the bounce, the kick. Dramé, short. Rebounded by Hannibal.
Not enough legs on that one. You could just see it a little flat. Good pass.
A skimmer. Williams is fouled. Last line of defense was Doug Eddert. 2 free throws for KJ Williams. St. Peter's is a 15 seed trying to advance to the Sweet 16. It's been done twice. Oral Roberts last year, and Florida Gulf Coast had that amazing run in 2013. That's it.
Turns out to be a good foul just then.
No matter what happens on this one, other than a miss offensive rebound. KJ Williams, 69% shooter. He goes 1 out of 2. 12 points for Williams. He averages just over 18 per game. 54-50. St. Peter's in front. Under 6 minutes to play.
Here comes Eddert.
Eddert, 3 is blocked on the outside. And a foul is called as Skipper Brown extended out defensively. That's number 4 on Skipper Brown.
He's been relatively quiet with only 3 points, but there's that screen around. And yep, he gets hit before he lands.
And he is a lights out free throw shooter at 90%, the best in the MAC.
That's why Shaheen Holloway just called his number.
2 more here for Eddert. These are not even grazing the rim.
I was going to say, if you're a young basketball player watching free throws from home, this is the guy to watch. This is just every single step of the way. He does it exactly the same way.
57-50 St. Peter's. The Peacocks have never trailed tonight.
Let's see who's going to get involved. Is it Hill or is it going to be Brown?
Right now it's Hill, matched up with Lee. Cross, Hill, knock away, diagonal feed. Williams fires, short, rebound, a hold underneath on St. Peter's as Dramé was trying to ride Skipper Brown.
Could be a little bit of a free throw shooting contest here for the last 5 minutes and 22 seconds.
Well, Skipper Brown shoots it at 50% at the line. Collectively, this team is at 69%, and so is St. Peter's. So Dramé picks up his 4th. His brother is on the bench with 4. Now remember, this was an issue for Kentucky. They got to overtime. They could not make free throws.
1 for 6?
Yep.
Yeah. And you better block out right now. Know your scouting report with the shooters at the line.
He makes the 2nd, but
that's a good-looking stroke right there, too.
Murray State has missed 8 free throws tonight. They trail St. Peter's 57-51. Lee, junior from San Juan, Puerto Rico. No look.
Oh, that was close.
It's a great save by Nadefo. 10 to shoot. Lee directing traffic. Lee, the drive to the rim, blocks. It's Skipper Brown. Hannibal, aggressive layup, good, and a foul. The important sequence for Murray State, and a chance to cut a little deeper into this lead.
Now the defensive effort turns quickly into offense. A terrific read here as Lee thinks he's going to be able to get that left-handed extended shot up, but then all of a sudden they go the other way. And Hannibal, with his strength that we saw the other night, going to the basket with his drives on Thursday night, shows up again here on Saturday.
And Darrell Banks has picked up his 4th foul. Hannibal connects. 3-point game. 4:52 to play. They turn to Dasher as he replaces Banks. 3 players for St. Peter's with 4 fouls.
Sometimes they put Nadefo out about 10 feet or so and get him the basketball for a one-on-one drive.
Eddard, defended by Brown. Gives it up. Nadefo, swing. Dasher not looking to shoot.
Here it is right here.
Nadefo makes his move on Skipper Brown. Backs it out with 7. Swing it. Eddard trying to break free. Floats it up. Gets the roll. Doug Eddard delivers with 4:20 to go.
He had the same type of shot against Kentucky, if you recall, that hung up on the rim even longer than that.
59-54 St. Peter's. Hannibal, swing, catch, fire, Hill. Yes, sir! It's a 3.
Both teams are answering. That's all you can say. Very well played. And this is going to be a doozy for the last 4 minutes of this one.
Gut check time
Yep.
down the stretch. St. Peter's and Murray State. Mid-major madness in effect in Indy. Drame playing with 4 fouls.
He's thinking about it.
Eddard got a 3.
Little screen down. We saw that play the other night also. The screen down. He's coming up away from the baseline for the turnaround shot. And now it looks like a flat 2-3 zone right now for St. Peter's.
62-57 Peacocks.
A little bit of a matchup possibly too when you see a lot of guys defensively pointing to one another.
Just over 3 minutes to play. Not on the same page. Hill thought that Skipper Brown was going to remain stationary near midcourt. He started to make a cut. Out of bounds.
Sure did. And look at this cut by Eddard. He has a soft touch, and this is the one that I was talking about, coming around the screen and buries it. Big time reaction. Look at Run Baby Run is having some action too.
Our game summary with St. Peter's in front, 62-57. Bench points, 21-3 in favor of the Peacocks. Points off turnovers as well, and controlling the paint. St. Peter's with the lead and the ball. 3 minutes to go.
There's the cut.
Eddard the finish.
Yanuda is setting it up.
After the timeout, Shaheen Holloway draws it up. St. Peter's executes it. Eddard, big smile on his face.
Amazing.
Off the feed from Nadefo.
Just having some fun and playing basketball, St. Peter's.
Hannibal, dribble drive, strip to the ball, gets it back. Hill steps, misses on a 3-ball. Burns battles. Oh, the feet dragging a bit, but no call as Drame comes away with it.
We got an injury over here.
Yeah, it's Hannibal.
Hannibal, yep.
And he can't seem to put any pressure in what appeared to be a right foot issue. Murray State athletic trainer Eric Frederick out to check on sophomore Trey Hannibal, who got the start here tonight because of the injury to Carter Collins. Daquan Smith will step in to replace Hannibal.
Take a look at the right side here, and
Yeah.
on the foot.
Yep. Looked like the left foot.
Yeah. And then,
more than anything else, and now
then maybe after that right there. But
yeah, it's the right foot that he's having a problem with right now as he's being helped off the floor.
might be the way he jammed it just then under. Eddard just then.
Man, I think he got them both at different points
I
of that play.
I do too.
Trey Hannibal is a strong, physical combo guard at 6'2", 220.
Just being careful with putting weight on the right foot.
10 points, 8 rebounds for the sophomore from Elliott, South Carolina. And they have to go a little deeper now with Daquan Smith. Carter Collins, who has been an integral part to Murray State's success, injured his left ankle 2 nights ago, early in the game, 2 minutes in. Meanwhile, St. Peter's has a 7-point lead. Eddard off the rim, and a foul is called. Tevin Brown hits the deck.
They were going for an early knockout punch just then. With Eddard, he was running into it.
And that's it for Fousseyni Drame. Murray State is in the bonus. 2 points, 6 boards for Drame, native of Bamako, Mali. Tevin Brown, 76% shooter. Played with John Morant a few years ago when Murray State won an NCAA tournament game in the first round. And Ja put up a triple-double in that victory over Marquette. Hannibal, they're working with him, trying to test that right ankle. Wow. 1 out of 2 for Brown. 6-point game.
And they're looking for traps because they know they're in a little bit of trouble here with 2 minutes or so left.
Banks back in, playing with 4 fouls. Gets it ahead. Nadefo goes deep for Lee, out near midcourt.
Against Kentucky, they isolated Nadefo in the same situation.
Lee, swing it.
There he is.
Catch. Nadefo, extra feed. Lee blocked out of bounds with 4 to shoot. The second round continues tomorrow, noon Eastern on CBS. Houston and Illinois, 5 p.m. Eastern. TNT has the NCAA Nissan tip-off show. 8 games across CBS, TNT, TBS, and True TV. Jumper, short. Banks couldn't hit it, and it's going the other way. Nadefo tried to save.
That was a pretty good effort, too, to go after that. Rather than trying to get it high, getting it low off the floor.
St. Peter's 64, Murray State 58. We have 1:38 left in regulation. The winner advances to the Sweet 16.
Here's that drive again.
Hill,
whoa,
kick,
watch
it's
out.
too high. Out of bounds. Empty trip, and the 12th Racers turnover.
It's so difficult to turn and make that pass, Ian, and his problem was that he was watching me, starts losing his balance a little bit there and puts a little too much heat on the basketball.
1:28 on the clock. Trigger in for Lee.
Yeah, they need to do the double team. Good effort there. Comes another one.
Eddard fights through it. Back into the hands of Lee with 12 to shoot. 6-point lead for St. Peter's.
8 seconds are gonna go. Here we go.
They're trying to finish the deal. Lee, drive, off the rim, tip in, nearly goes, and it would have been Williams who touched it last for Murray State. Instead, it's Brown. Crossover all the way for a big deuce. 4-point game, 1 minute to play. 14 points for Tevin Brown. We'll step aside and come back for the frenetic finish in Indy. And now, thrilling drives presented by Nissan.
The isolation for Nadefo across the middle of the floor, and then all of a sudden Hill, the same type, big time drive to the basket with his speed.
Mary McMahon and the McMahon family, they were on the edge of their seats. Now they're up on their feet.
Looking for the double teams here.
Nadefo, diagonal feed for Banks. 50 seconds left and a foul given. Banks is an 86% free throw shooter heading to the line. It's Skipper Brown, and that is the quota for him.
And St. Peter's knows their team. You got Banks Eddard, both of those guys very good free throw shooters on the floor.
Because of the foul out, Murray State can huddle up. 50.8 on the clock. Banks is not going to step off the line. He's just waiting.
Some people would say to step off. I'm okay with him staying there. You just lock in. You get your footwork down. And you start thinking about making a shot.
He's been held to just 4 points after exploding in the first round with 27. Jordan Skipper Brown on the sideline with 3 points. Banks not moving from that spot.
Now look at him now. He's like nailed to the floor.
Second one for Darrell Banks III. Got them both. St. Peter's 66, Murray State 60, 50.8 on the clock.
You go in a fast motion right here. If the lane opens up, you take it.
Trey Hannibal is back in. Kevin Brown off the rim. Rebound. Nadefo grabs it.
They got a foul.
St. Peter's in the driver's seat. Foul called on Justice Hill. 41 seconds to play. The winner here will move on to Philadelphia in the Sweet 16. Texas and Purdue in the other portion of this mini bracket. First time at the line tonight, the junior Matthew Lee. The lead is 7.
Free throws are going down, aren't they?
He shoots it at 72%, and he makes them both. St. Peter's 68, Murray State 60. Get it in. Here's Hill. Pull-up three is off. Rebound, Eddard.
They foul him. He's a terrific free throw shooter.
And they will with 30.1. Doug Eddard will head to the free throw line. And it's sinking in for Murray State. An opportunity to go to the Sweet 16 for the first time in program history. St. Peter's had never won an NCAA tournament game until the other night in the shocking victory over Kentucky. Run, baby, run arena in Jersey City. Eddard misses on the first attempt. 8-point lead for the Peacocks.
May have to rename that place the Dance Baby Dance, huh?
I'd go for it. Wow, he misses on a pair. Door is still open, 28 seconds left. Brown rushes ahead, gets it for Williams, blocked! Nadefo on the outside, and a foul called. He is a one-man defensive wrecking crew. 23 seconds left. More free throws here for St. Peter's.
Stating the obvious, but their defense just doesn't take a play off. They may make mistakes, but they do not take a play off.
Murray State had won 21 games in a row. Kim Holloway, the wife of head coach Shaheen Holloway, and family, very calm. 23 seconds on the clock.
Hold on to that phone. It's going to blow up soon.
I think her son might have been watching a cartoon on the phone.
I don't know.
22 seconds left. Williams hands it for Brown, trying to get some space. Nadefo will have none of it. Another block. And that's going to do it. St. Peter's never trailed. And it's over. St. Peter's has done the unthinkable. The Peacocks in uncharted territory. They're going to the Sweet 16. 70-60 win over Murray State. St. Peter's emerges as a tournament darling. And they are Jersey City strong.
Oh boy, are they ever. It's about 2 hours to Philadelphia.
Straight down 95. And you dance into the Sweet 16. Shaheen Holloway has done it. What a performance. Wire to wire. Holloway allows himself to celebrate. Hugs from Murray and Drame. His wife, Kim, the embrace. Can you believe it? St. Peter's University is in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament. Amazing. They back up their shocking win over Kentucky with another win over Murray State. St. Peter's, they're headed to Philly. Right now, we're headed to Jamie.
Coach, you're watching your kids celebrate the school's first appearance in a Sweet 16. You're standing here, hands in your pockets. What's going on?
I'm just happy for these guys. I'm kind of soaking it in right now. It's an amazing ride. You know, how about that?
How about that? You never were behind that entire game. What is it about the way you guys play basketball that gets under the skin of these other teams?
You know what? I told these guys all year, nobody worked harder than us. The stuff I put these guys through, this is easy. Practice is tough. This is easy. So kudos to these guys. I mean, they deserve it.
How much did experience have to do with getting you to this point?
I think a lot. Like, if you look at the last 2 games, right? The last 7 minutes, it's my guys that I brought in from day one, right? We're riding down with them.
Hey, you're a Jersey guy. This is a Jersey school. What's this mean to New Jersey?
Oh, no, it means everything to the community, it means everything to New York. Listen, I'm a New York guy, but Jersey adopted me, but I'm a New York guy.
My mistake. All right, go to bring this one home to New Jersey, but now you get to play in Philadelphia next week. Congratulations.
How about that? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Jamie, college powerhouses in the Sweet 16 in the East. North Carolina, UCLA, and St. Peter's. Tune into TNT and TBS right now for live second-round games. For Jim Spinarkle, Jamie Erdahl, Gene Steratore, Ian Eagle saying so long from Indy. Peacocks pride on display. They're going to the Sweet 16. Incredible.